Hi guys, Johnny Good here for Real Home Studio. Today taking a look at Core EQ from Kit Plugins. And just before we dive straight in, I want to remind you guys, please like, subscribe, and if you've got something to say, please do drop it in the comments box below. So here we are with Core EQ from Kit Plugins, the second offering from their Core series. Had a look at the compressor a few weeks back, and here we are with a not messing about EQ. People in the UK, I'm not sure how far this advertising campaign went across the world, but there was an ad campaign back in the 80s, maybe early 90s, for a paint called Hammerite. It was an outdoor paint, and it said it does what it says on the tin. That's what I would say that would summarize about Core EQ. It's just not messing about. If you're looking for a transparent EQ that you want to just reach for time and time again, that's really visual, musical, colorful, easy to use. You can do broad strokes with it. You can also get in there and be a bit more surgical with it. But it's just got what you need to, time and time again on mixes, get that job done and move through your mix. Core EQs are really good EQ to go and check out. There's a number of things I just really like about it. Again, it's a transparent EQ. It's very smooth to use. And I've just really enjoyed using it actually over the last few days. Much like all of the Kit plugins, you can adjust the GUI, which is also really handy. If you're a bit short-sighted like I am, that can really come in handy. But again, if you're for laptop users, that's just a really handy function, which isn't on enough plugins, I don't think, and it's great. I think that Kit Plugins have included that across their range. It's really handy and really thoughtful. So let me just take you through this plugin again. It's straightforward stuff. We've got a switch at the top, which is an on or off, and we've got an output knob. We've got 4 bands, low frequency, 2 bands in the mid-range, low and high mids, and a high frequency. And then either side of that, they're flanked by our filters, our high pass, low pass filters, which you can switch on and off very easily. Again, very visual and quick to see what's going on with this plugin. You can control them by the knobs on either side. Then you'll notice on the high frequency and the low frequency, we've also got the option to switch between shelf and bell. And on our low and high mid frequencies, we can also get in there with the Q. And as I said at the start of the video, we can then adjust between broader strokes with our EQ changes, or get in there and be a bit more surgical. Okay, so going back to that smoothness, which I mentioned right at the start of the video, I just wanted to demonstrate that to you by pitting Core EQ up against an SSL E channel from Waves, so you can just have a listen to how these two EQs respond, and they're surprisingly different. So they're both getting a 10 dB boost at 150 Hertz. Let's first off take a listen to the Core EQ. Now let's switch over to the SSL. Back over to the Core. Finally back to the SSL. So to my ear, surprisingly different. To me, the SSL E channel sounds like it's barking by comparison to the Core EQ. It's got a kind of more aggressive squawk to it, and it kind of depends obviously what you're going for, what material you're working with, and what you're looking for, what sort of sound you're going for. But surprisingly different sound, and Core EQ definitely comes out winning the smoothness battle. So let's move on with Core EQ. Let me just give you some more examples of what it sounds like as it's moving through some of those frequency bands. So I'll just run this bass again. We'll pull out some of the finger sounds. You can have a listen what's going on with the plugin. Let's take a listen on our drum kit too. And at the low end. Maybe you want to get a bit surgical on some muddy frequencies. Pull out them hats. Leave some of the hats. Yeah, definitely smooth's the word. Easy to use is another word with this Core EQ. It's just one of them plugins which you can just kind of look at, grab, and do what you need to do and get on with the mix. It was an EQ actually which I was sort of looking for a number of years ago and never really found it in the marketplace, was something like this that you can just grab and get moving and get on with your mix. It's kind of got everything covered. A couple of things I would have really liked to have seen which I've noticed, and maybe they will come out as kit plugins develop later versions. One is it would be really nice to be able to isolate these EQs actually when I'm working with them, and also it'd be nice just to be able to disable them as well when I'm working with them, so I could just knock frequencies in and out, or and also isolate them. So maybe that's something which we might see in the future. So what I would say to sum up is, if you're in the market for a no-nonsense, transparent, get the job done, smooth EQ with 4 bands, adjustable Qs, you've got high and low pass filters, you know, Kit Plugins once again have developed a plugin which is going to be something which you're going to want to put on your list to certainly be checking out and taking a look at. Really interesting as well, looking at those comparisons with something like the SSL E series, which may well be on your list of EQs as well. Really interesting to hear the difference, particularly how smooth Core EQ is by comparison. So once again, Kit Plugins have come out with a desirable plugin that's well worth checking out. Hope you enjoyed that review today. If you did, please remember to like, subscribe. Most importantly, guys, make sure you go and have yourselves a great day.